Hello everyone, it's Haley Rose, your 18-year-old student here in North Battleford Comprehensive High School. My roots are from Mosquito Grizzly Bearhead Lean Man First Nation, as well as Red Pheasant First Nation, but I've been born and raised here in North Battleford, Saskatchewan, standing on Treaty 6 territory. I'm an Indigenous student, my senior year this year, ready to graduate. I'm an ambassador, advocate, influencer, and mindset mentor. I currently work under the Assembly of First Nations as a carrier of hope. I also work under the Office of the Treaty Commissioners as a youth speaker under the Youth Speakers Bureau. And I also work under the We Matter campaign as an ambassador of hope. And, I couldn't thank my supportive and amazing family enough for, the position that I am in today. I started doing all these things when I was 15 years old. It all began in my first trip to Ottawa. And, I went there with no experience, no knowledge, didn't know what to expect. And I went there to speak in front of the federal government. And, I talked about First Nations education. And as an Indigenous student, that was very important to me to be able to be a part of that amazing conference. And I came back and I felt like this whole brand new lady. I was like, this is for me. This is my goal. Like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I was an athlete. I was a soccer player. I almost played like every sport, but soccer was my sport because I just loved it. And I started to lose focus and I wasn't dedicating my time to soccer anymore. I lost that motivation. I wasn't going to practices. I wasn't training. I wasn't taking care of my body. I wasn't taking care of my skin, my health, my heart. And, for a bit there, it got tough. And I lost that passion and I realized that I had no goals. I had no dreams. I didn't know what I wanted to do when I graduated or when I left home. And so when I started to travel, I was going to Toronto and Ottawa and all these amazing and beautiful places. I got the opportunity to do that and I'm so grateful. And I was talking about the justice systems, I was talking about the education systems and making that change. It felt good knowing that youth voices were being heard, they were being amplified. And for the longest time, it was like, only adults have that voice, only adults get to say what is going to be done. And it was incredible. It really opened my eyes. And every time I went to these conferences, it was a different experience. And I know it's going to be a different experience for anybody that goes. But I was gaining knowledge and I was meeting such amazing and spiritual and connected people and like-minded people who guided me and supported me in the way that I needed to be supported, in the way that I needed to grow, those things that I needed to learn so that I could succeed and, achieve all the things that I wanted to do in my life. And so recently I started a podcast under 7 Stars Media. It is called Haley Rose Podcast. And, I share positive messages, I share stories, I share laughs, and, I talk about the things that I know, the things that I've learned, the things that I think other people should know. And, as Indigenous people, as an Indigenous youth, I think it's really important that we talk about these things, things that are going on in our community, things that we're feeling. Right now, we're all dealing with mental health in some way. This pandemic has affected us all greatly in some sort of way, whether it's financially, whether it's with work, or, maybe it's school. And, I'm such a busy person and I'm constantly going. And a lot of people ask how I balance myself, right? How do you make time so that you're able to just sit down and relax? Or how do you not overwork yourself and burn out? And I make time for myself the minute I wake up in the morning. That bed is made. I'm meditating so that I'm not picking up other people's energies throughout my whole entire day. Self-care is really important right now. Mental health, when you think about mental health, you have to think about mental, you have to think about emotional, spiritual, and physical. And I have struggled with anxiety for years now. And for the longest time, I had no idea what anxiety was. And my hands would sweat. I was getting a shaky throat. My heart would start pounding, or maybe I was tapping or I was shaking my foot. And I soon realized that it was anxiety. And, a lot of us don't acknowledge that we might be, having an anxiety attack, or we have anxiety ourselves. And so it's important to acknowledge that, and don't, forget that you're actually feeling that way, because, we're always going to have good and bad days, and you have to acknowledge both those days. And so mentally, it's important that you're getting your rest, right? If you're not getting your rest, you have no energy for yourself to get through your days, to have a good smile on your face, to be positive and, be around other people and have that good energy. And it's also important to let go of whatever toxicity is in your life. Maybe it's a friend, maybe it's family, maybe it's whoever is surrounding you who isn't making you feel good. And, of course, I had to do that. I had to let go of some people who, weren't looking for the brightest future for me. And I found that when I did, it really impacted me and it helped me. And also, it's important to take a health day for yourself, just to relax. And, self-care is super important, just to go do something nice for yourself. Taking breaks from your phone. We're constantly on our phones scrolling through social media. We're on Snapchat taking pictures of ourselves, and sometimes we start to compare our lives to other people, and it can really break us down. And eliminating stress factors is a part of your mental ability. And so eliminate those stress factors, whatever's bringing you stress. I'm not saying if work is giving you stress, cut it off, but work towards the brighter outcome of it. You know what I mean? So personally, that has helped me in so many ways. And emotionally, I want to tell you guys that when you're feeling anxious, or maybe something's upsetting you, maybe you're angry, write it down, let it out to somebody, talk to your friends, talk to your family. Personally, I have family who I can just text or I can call when, I'm a little upset, or maybe I'm frustrated, or I don't feel like getting out of bed. And making time for yourself to do something nice for yourself is a life changer. And so physically, spend time in nature. Nature is so full of many good things. And so it's important that we're getting that fresh air and that we're breathing. Go for a walk. Maybe you want to work out. Working out can positively change and impact you for sure. I started working out, and, I have so much more energy. I go on my days and I'm like, I find that I have more energy than if I skipped the gym, and it's honestly helped me. And I don't know if it could help you, but I know that physical activity is super important, whether you're walking, running, even stretching, eating healthy. Make sure you're eating your veggies and your fruits. I know our parents can really get on our butts and say, eat your veggies, but they're right. And do it, because, junk food isn't going to get you throughout your day and provide you with those nutrients that you need. And so, it's also important to be silent and in the moment. We're so constantly surrounded by music, by people talking, traffic, people, yelling or laughing, and we don't really take time for ourselves to be in the moment and really think about what you want to do in that day or what you're going to complete in that day. And so just be mindful and in the moment for at least 5 minutes throughout your day to just, think about all the positive things and inhale it and, let that go throughout your whole day. It really can change the way you walk around and, spread that light, spread that positivity. It can really help you. And so, I think spiritually, there's a spiritual aspect of mental health. It's important that you're smudging or you're praying. And for Indigenous people, it's important that we smudge. I don't want to really ever go out a day without smudging and blessing myself and, asking for guidance or asking for support in whatever way that I might need it in that day. Or maybe it's meditating. A lot of people forget that they need to meditate sometimes. It's important that you're inhaling all of the positivity in life. You're thinking of all of the positive things that are going in your life right now. Think of things that you see in your future. Think that things that you want to happen, and just inhale it as much as you can. And then when you exhale, you want to exhale all of that negativity that's going on or surrounding you. Just let it go. Just let it go. And you'll find that you're so much more peaceful and calming, and that you're free and you feel balanced. And so taking care of your mental health right now, the pandemic and school, it can be so stressful for us all. I know for me personally, I sometimes feel so unmotivated to do my work, and I just have to be mindful and remember what I'm doing it for. And so now I write down all of my goals. I write down all of the aspirations that I hope to see, all the things that I want to do in life to succeed and achieve those goals. Constantly writing them down so that I'm getting it in my head and in my mindset so that it sticks, right? And so it's important that you're dedicating your time to work towards your dreams and goals. I'm getting to that age where, I'm about to go on with my life and be an adult and get my degree. And I want to get my law degree. I want to be a lawyer, and, I want to go into politics, and that has been my dream. And I know as long as I'm working towards that, then I'm going to achieve that. And, sometimes I feel like I can't get throughout my days. I get so stressed by things going that are around me, and I'm worrying about what I got to do next or what I got to do tomorrow. And I'm not really thinking about what I have to do in that day. And so I would like to say for all you students out there who are feeling like they're struggling to be motivated with school, especially with online school, make that time in your day to get that done. Especially for Indigenous students, our graduation rates are so low, and it kind of upsets me in a way, because all Indigenous students can be successful. And I think as long as I can be that role model for youth to keep going and never give up, and to just work towards your dreams and your goals, I think I'll always be where I'm supposed to be. I think that I'll always feel that I'm doing the right thing. And so always remember to be kind and spread love and never give up. We're gonna get through this pandemic. It's difficult for us all, but it's important that we're supporting one another. We don't ever want to lose somebody, and we knew that we could have done something. So reminding the people that you love them, and telling them to have a great day before you leave that house. Make sure you're saying, I love you, have a great day. Or, you see your friends and you tell them they look good, or you're proud of them, or, maybe you want to go out and do something, of course being safe and wearing a mask, but it's important that we're being active and we're staying healthy. We don't want right now to ever be negative or feel upset in any sort of way. So reminding someone that you're there for them. And I'm always here for anybody who, might need that help or that support or that guidance in any way. I'm only a call or an email or a text away. And so reaching out to somebody when you feel that, maybe you're on the low side or maybe you're not having a great day, that you're asking somebody to help you or to support you or to talk to you or to listen to you. We want to stick together as a family. As Vikings, we want to, have a relationship with everybody. And so it's important that, supporting one another and encouraging everybody, because we really don't know what anybody could be going through, even if they're hiding it, even if they seem like the happiest people alive, the most outgoing, whatever. Just reminding them that you're proud of them, that they're doing the right thing, that you want to see them succeed. And so that can really make somebody's day. It really can. And you never know if it will make their day. And so, I think our community right now, we all need that uplifting and that encouragement. And so maybe try and do something for yourself, try do something for your community, try give back. Right now, over the past 2 weeks, I've been coming up with ways that I can help my community, whether I'm giving back, maybe I'm offering a helping hand. A couple weeks ago, I made care packages for the lighthouse. They were going through a difficult time, and I thought that I could give back and give them some sort of comfort, that they needed, that they would like, and that they actually really loved. And so it was amazing to be able to do that for them, and it felt good, and it made me feel whole. And I've done some things in my past, with volunteer experiences. I've also made care packages during Christmas for some students in the reserves when they weren't able to leave. They were really restricted compared to us in here in North Battleford, and so I fell for them, and I wanted to give back and give them that love. And so I prepared these care packages for them, and it was an amazing experience, and it made me feel good. And as long as you're always being kind, reminding people that you love them, acknowledging your good and bad days, we're gonna get through this. As long as we're supporting one another, as long as you're there for somebody, as long as you have somebody to talk to. And remember that school is important, and that we got to keep thriving and keep succeeding. And of course it's going to get frustrating and it's going to get annoying and you're not going to want to do it, but just remember what you're doing it for, and that you want to see that diploma, and that you want to graduate, you want to make your family proud, your siblings proud. And so you guys be sure to tune into my podcast, Haley Rose Podcast. I love it. It really helps me. I feel like I can really share my message, share my stories in whatever way I can to support anyone. And so with that, guys, I would like to say thank you for having me here today and listening. And I really hope that you picked up something from this. I hope I helped you or guided you or even offered a helping hand to you today. And so, we're going to get through this pandemic. We're going to fight. We're going to stick together as Vikings, and we're going to get through this. So with that, have a great day, guys. Thank you for having me. Peace and love.